do a brief audio and visual check. How's everybody doing? How are you, Coach Jay?
I'm doing good, Coach Dakota. I think I had your audio doubled, but that's probably on my side. But doing good, man. How are you?
Good, good. I mean, it's Tuesday night. Monday's trading day is finally over. Finally, Jay. And now we are on to Tuesday night. Brother Beat Drop always scares. Audio is perfect. Good. Everything's looking good. Everything. Where's the Nightbot with the risk disclosure? Come on, Nightbot. Where are you at? Where are you at?
He's in there somewhere.
We'll give it a moment. Hello. How was your trading day, Jay?
It was rough because we tried to short the equities while they were rallying this morning. Finally got on the right side of the equities and bought it a little bit, made back some of the losses, but it wasn't the greatest day. It wasn't the greatest day. How was yours, man?
Same. I mean, I know you were saying in the green room that you reviewed the trading, and
Yeah.
you're like, man, that was a mistake. And let's make sure I get a few things. It says your audio is a little bit low. There we go.
Some people say low, some people say echo, but should be all right.
Yeah, you're good. You should be better. You should be.
All right, cool.
You should be better.
How's that, chat?
I got a new headset. I might try that one out if we're still having issues. But you reviewed it and you said that was a mistake shorting, obviously, with the power of hindsight. Yes, right? Because the market just went freaking straight up. But now that we're on my charts, I'm going to walk through my mindset, Jay. And you being my man, my trading buddy.
Got you.
Let's review it, shall we? Let's review the trading day. I walked through a little bit last night. And with the power of hindsight, we're going to try and eliminate hindsight, right? So last night, we were coming into the trading session. We had 2 consolidation days on Thursday and Friday. Sunday night, we gapped down, and we were down 1%, right? We had Moody's downgrades, U.S. Everyone knows that. And Walmart talking about bumping up prices due to inflation and all that fun stuff. So the market was down 1%. We gapped down. We filled the gap, and then we continued to sell off, right? So that's what I was looking at. The market was down. If we jump into an hourly chart, and you can kind of see that. You kind of see the market, right? We zoom in. We can see this hourly chart. We gap down. We filled the gap. And then we had continuation. And One of my targets I was looking for was down here about 21,900. So I was going into this New York session. I was going into this New York session with the targets in mind of 21,000, 20,900s. And during the New York session, let's see, there's London. We sold off. During the New York session, we started to rally. And as soon as we started to get to I think it was like these 300s, I started to short it, right? And then it just kept going, and it kept going. It's easier to see on the 5-minute chart. But yeah, I was looking for areas to short this market based off of that bias on the higher time frame. I tried a short up here. I tried another short around this consolidation area on the 5-minute. The one that would have actually worked would be the one that I was at. If I would have shown more patience and waited for that 3-bar confirmation, I would have had at least a 1-to-1. But then after that, once we started to get more market structure, right? After we had that big rally, I mean, that was 300 points. Then we started to get that market structure. It was easier to see, hey, you know what? Shorts aren't going to be working. We're continuing to push up higher, and there's obviously a better chance for a breakout. And sure enough, it looks like we broke out. I didn't watch the market for the rest of the day, and seems like it was kind of consolidating, drifting up and to the right. But hindsight, it's easy to say not to short it. But after with what was everything going on, and at the moment, we were still negative on the day. And what did you see, Jay? Let's switch it over to your charts, and you go through what you see.
Yep. All right. So we have my charts up, and I'm just going to give a different perspective since we were trading the New York session. I have my charts set to regular trading hours only, and this was Friday's close, and this was the open. If we were looking at this like a a gap that needed to be filled, that's all this was today. We filled the regular trading hour gap, right? That's the way I'm looking at it. And then the second thing we have is, you guys know I use VWAP all the time. For me, this is a buy it with everything you have kind of signal, with VWAP leaving this range this early for a gap fill. It looks a little different when you have extended trading hours on, right? Because you have all of this price action. But if I cut out everything that happened overnight, and sometimes I do this because I'm a volume trader, right? So a lot of times what happens overnight, unless there is some significant volume, gets retraced. So if you go and just look at regular trading hours, it was kind of just a gap fill. And these gaps don't always fill, right? If we look at some regular trading hours, if we look at, what was this? This was over the weekend. This was a weekend gap, right? Sometimes we trade into it and reject. But a lot of times when those gaps happen, right? Here's another one here, right? Going back to May 7th, we had a regular trading hour gap. We filled the gap and then rallied. So I think that's what today was. If I was looking at a regular trading hour chart only, I don't know that I'd take that short.
Fair enough. I like this. Let's. I haven't seen the Nightbot, man. So let's just go ahead, and I'm going to do the Topstep risk disclosure before we get too far into this. As always, everybody, welcome to Slow Markets. In the YouTube chat, there's the Topstep risk disclosure. We know this is for educational purposes only. It's not a signals class, and this is not financial advice. But let's get to this. Jay Strizzy says not to talk about the supply chain. Oh, well, there they goes. He got booted. He got the boot. Jay Strizzy got the boot.
I think that's his goal. See how fast you can get. See, that's the only thing about slow markets time, right? It's, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's 8 o'clock somewhere. Somebody might have, already poured up their drinks for the night, and feeling a little just talkative. But Jay, we appreciate you coming up, showing up.
I think that was the same person that was going at me for supply chain. Like, you don't know anything about supply chain. And I've done a lot of work in supply chain. I know a thing or two. And I actually,
it's okay.
I couldn't find a few pictures, but I found some. Man, it's such a throwback, man. Some old supply chain pictures on learning when I first started to learn. I was going for a Six Sigma for a little bit, learning about it, and I'm like, well, is this going to help me learn the markets? And when I was young and when I was learning about this stuff, I'm like, heck yeah, this is going to help me learn how the world markets are going to be. I was like, nah, this is not. It has nothing to do with trading. But it was fun. I finished delegating some of my workloads when I was in Vegas, Jay, and so I am completely out of the supply chain business. I've been to China,
Look at these
Vietnam.
pictures, man.
Yeah, I've been to China, Vietnam, and I learned a lot. I learned a lot about the cultures. I learned a lot about how different cultures do business, and yeah, I don't regret a single thing. I never did get to Six Sigma. I got bored with it, and I studied a lot of what they have, tariff codes.
Okay.
It's just like, oh my gosh, they have doctorate degrees.
Sounds like a lot of reading.
In tariff codes, harmonized tariff codes, and it's just how the different countries organize what tariffs go on each individual product. And I'm just like, that's just too much. It's just too much for me. So I decided, what am I doing? I'm trading for 2 hours in the morning, a couple hours at night, and then during the day, I am doing this logistics and supply chain stuff, and I learned so much. And one of the most mind-boggling things, and we'll get back to these markets, was how advanced, and Richard Harris said, how advanced other countries are compared to the U.S.
with their supply chains.
To their supply chain. Like China, right there, Richard Harris, their ports are so automated. It's like, have you ever seen inside an Amazon warehouse? Just machines, AI, just going. And then we come back to the U.S. in like Long Beach, California. It's like, oh my gosh, like this is like second world country.
A world apart.
Yeah, it's
right.
all this extra work. But anyways, Where were we at before I got on that? Before we got Jay
We were talking
Rizzi.
about the day so far, but what are you looking at right now in the equities?
I don't want to say it, man.
Short.
What is up with it? Jay, help me not short this market.
Okay, here, I'm going to help you. Don't look at the NASDAQ right now. Look at any other, look at a different equity market.
Okay, let's buy gold. Let's buy gold.
Look at an equity market. Look at a different equity. Look at the Dow. Tell me if you want to short the Dow.
Let's buy gold. Instead of shorting NASDAQ, let's buy gold, everybody. Shall we? I turned a bear. I turned into a bear. This perma bull is a bear. Actually, that's not a bad long on gold. I know you trade gold a lot, Jay.
Yeah, kind of seeing that 3-bar reversal on the 5-minute right there.
Yeah. I'm a little hesitant though because we did reject these upper 340s, 3250, 250, 240s.
Yep.
And there might be some more downside to it. Maybe we come down and test 3200 evens, 3204. But we did get that 3-bar reversal on the 5-minute chart, which looks pretty dang tempting.
Yeah. Gold has been selling so far tonight. I do have somewhat of a short signal in gold right now, kind of back up at this VWAP here from the full session. Right. This is, if I was paying attention to my charts 2 hours ago, was in the gym, but this would be a short signal here. So let's see what happens at this VWAP here. For me, at least, I do see that reversal pattern on those lows. Could be a nice long back up into this range.
Makes sense. God damn it! I switch over to NASDAQ and it's just.
Chat is saying NASDAQ is a long right now.
Yeah.
But you got to trade what you see, man.
I know. I must trade what I see. I missed a great trade last night. 85% long crude oil. That's interesting.
Crude always has the most random tilts. Are they 100% in the money?
Let's see. 60% positive.
S&P is pretty close to 6,000 here as well. We didn't hit it, but a couple of points away, and we haven't tested 6,000 since since the sell-off, the great sell-off.
The great sell-off. The great
sell-off of 2025.
Yeah, I was bearish too today and got wrecked. Oh well. We live and learn. I posted on the Twitterverse about not being, just going through struggles, right?
Yeah.
Going through struggles, learning, growing. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Everyone goes through struggles. If they don't, then something's wrong with them. Show me. Teach me if you don't.
We got a question. How do we set VWAP? I never know whether or not traders are genuinely asking this question, or just some people know that this is the question I get asked all the time. But it's in the drawing tools. You could either just use the VWAP indicator, or you could go to forecasting and measurement tools. Halfway down that menu, you have anchored VWAP, and just click on a candle from there, and it anchors it there.
Damn it, Jay! I'm short NASDAQ.
All right, here we go.
That calls for some music.
Megaminds is trying to convince me to do a coin flip strategy where if you flip a coin, heads is long, tails is short. That would be a good exercise to do in a practice account where you get the trade that you have to put on and you have to execute it in the right spot in order to make money, right? Almost like a broker getting a deck and saying, hey, fill this trade, right? But you want to do it in the best spot. I don't know if I would do that with real money at risk, but...
Actually, Jay, we're not even showing my screen. There's my charts. I'm risking high a days. Let me walk through this, and I want to make a comment on that, Jay.
Okay.
because there's something to that. So what I'm seeing on the hourly is we rejected this twice. We rejected these 560s, pushed up 560s. We I'm over here trying to reasoning my short, Jay. But to me, it's valid. Okay, to me, it's
Okay.
valid. We ended up closing the New York session down here around what settlement? 500, 490s. No, actually, settlements a little bit higher. But then we opened up tonight. We gapped down, sold off, and so I'm looking for this market to return back to close to 500. And the fact that we rejected up here twice, and then we started to break down. And the reason why I wanted to short this was we tried to hold these 540s, and it was looking like we was going to go up and break out, but instead we failed and we broke through this pivot at these 30s. And so I jumped into short. I'm fine with my stop loss at 564. And so if we do start to break through this, 520s, then I'll start looking for profits down here towards a little bit lower. So, okay, all right, chat. I'm short. I'm always short. Moody's, we could downgrade it again. Where's all the tariff tape bombs?
They've been kind of quiet lately. I think the president he was too busy getting the royal treatment in Saudi Arabia. Wasn't many tweets about tariffs.
All right, yeah, let's watch this short. While we watch this short play out, chat, I was going to talk about that coin flip that you were talking about, Jay.
Yes.
When I was younger, when I first started trading and testing and going through this, an older guy that I was learning from, he had 100 people do a coin flip strategy, and I'm just trying to think of a way to word this and say this correctly, is that to prove the point that what's more important, getting in, where you get in and where you get out, and to prove that risk management is that golden thing across all strategies, right? Everyone's getting in, you flip a coin, talking about everyone's like, you get in the random walk theory, right? Random walk theory. You don't know whether the market's going up or down. Say you have a 50-50 chance whether the market goes up or down. You flip a coin, say it's heads, you get in long, it's tails, you get in short. And the most crucial thing, and some of the traders were actually having a positive expectancy, was that those were the traders that were cutting the losses short and then just letting the winners run. And it was pretty impressive to see. I tried it, and it didn't work for me. I was happy to get about break even, and then it kind of just fell apart. But yeah, there is something to that. I'm not saying it's a coin flip. It's more focused around that risk management side and understanding risk reward and being able to cut those losses short and leave those winners running.
We used to have the captain on Topstep TV. Shout out to the captain. He said a company that he worked with, they did that exercise. Not really exactly a coin flip, but it's one group of traders can only take longs, one group of traders can only take shorts, right? And you have to make money at the end of the day. And it's similar to a coin flip, where if I flip the coin, this is the trade that I have, and I have to place it and try to make money. And it kind of tests you as a trader. I think what's interesting, and Timothy Tuttle was kind of talking about this in the chat, do I have to place the trade when I flip the coin, or can I wait for good trade location? Right, that's the question, right? Because if I need to put on a short and I can wait for good trade location, then it, puts the odds in my favor a little bit. If I flip the coin, it says short and the market's rallying 500 points, then that kind of makes it hard to play the game.
Well, it depends though, right, Jay? Because then if you try and wait for a good trade location, it keeps going.
Right.
Like this morning, right? If you would have flipped a coin and it hit heads go long, they're like, no, I'm going to wait for a better trade location. The market just keeps going up and up and up. Then you get that emotional variable on that trading.
I think what would happen is if I flip and it says long, right? Then I look at everything that I look at my strategy and says, I ask, is this presenting a long right now based on what I'm seeing, right? if I flipped and got a short, like today, for example, I didn't short the S&P until 59.44. Partly because there was a long signal initially, right? So I said, okay, if I'm going to short it, I have to wait for a location to come in, where if I flipped and all I could do was buy, I think I asked my process, is there a long here? And maybe take that trade, right? Where you don't even have to think about both sides.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, at the core of it is as long as it's risk management, how far is your stop loss? What's your risk reward? And like you said, if you're looking for one direction based off of a coin flip, or based off of, you could even say an indicator, right? And that's where I can make an argument that you could start to add indicators. It's like, okay, well, you go through that, you build it, you practice just executing, like flip a coin, hit heads, tails, you execute, you practice managing the risk, and then instead of flipping a coin, you add an indicator, right? Or you add a VWAP, right, and then you say, okay, well, if we're above the VWAP, we just buy it. If we're below the VWAP, we look for shorts, and then do that. That is kind of the basics, right, of starting to build a strategy, starting from a new trader's perspective of like, hey, Coach Jay, how do I build a strategy? And it's like, well, maybe this could be a decent start to practice building a process, to practice just execution, and practice risk management.
Yep.
We're selling off here, man.
I don't talk about it.
we look at this thing go.
Rule number 1 of Fight Club: we don't talk about Fight Club. Nice trade. Somebody just came in and sold 53 contracts up at 26, I believe it was.
I seen it. Yeah,
nice
26 trade. Evens, and then 25 evens too, I think. Come on, let's go. Your audio's a little bit louder than mine. I don't know. Now they're.
It's because I'm yelling. Down. It's all right.
And I'm gonna turn on some tunes. Let me know if it's too loud, chat. If you can hear it, Jay, let me know.
Say that again.
Can you hear the music?
I can't hear it.
Okay, I know why.
Now I can.
It's a little loud. I'll adjust it. It's a little loud on my end too. We need some selling off music. We need the music for when we're short.
Soundtrack to a sell-off. I'm hearing my audio doubled.
What's that?
My audio's doubling.
Oh, yeah, I gotta. That's weird. Oh, I know why. I shared it to the wrong one. I'm new at this, man.
I'm a trader, not a show producer.
How's that?
I can't hear the music, but share it again.
One more time.
Okay. Yeah, this is
better?
good.
Okay.
Yeah, this works.
I knew how to do it, man. It's Monday night. Monday night vibes. All right, let's see. So, where am I going to be taking profits on a short finally? I am looking for 500 evens, maybe 499, kind of where we had this consolidation. I don't think my longer term target is going to be these 460s. Let's take a look at the hourly again. Yeah, that's about right on this trade. Maybe even leave a runner. This would be something I might even leave a runner on. Like my hoodie. This is an OG hoodie. This is the very first hoodie. I made this. I'm like, hey, I got some. Let's see, slow market swag.
Wait, is Is that the you made that slow markets hoodie yourself, right?
Yeah, where it wasn't licensed, or I didn't ask for approval. I'm just like, yeah, you know what? Screw it.
Dress
I'm
for the
gonna make
job
this-
you want.
Yeah, just dress for the job. Fake it till you make it. We're doing this.
It's too funny.
All right, I'm just gonna get out of one right here at. If we get another bounce down, I'm gonna get out of one right there at 515. That's basically where we opened it. I got filled pretty fast. It's basically where we opened. Captured a nice little 20 points right there. This is DBA concepts. Yesterday was not, okay? This morning was not. This is. Poker meetup. Yes, is that the real trades by Matt? But
It
yes,
is not. It is not.
If it is, yes.
That is not the real trades by Matt.
No, it's a spammer.
We can see you. It's not the real trades by Matt.
Yeah.
But
But-
you sound like you were interested in that trader poker meetup.
Oh yeah, man. I'm down to do the poker. Market selling off.
Nice short.
Let's see if I can get another one. I want to get out of another one right a little bit lower. I like to get out of one on the down tick. So we'll see if we can. Oh, right there.
Trade what you see.
Oh man, trade. Yeah, I was so hesitant though, Jay. Okay, something's going on. Something's going on. We're going. Huh? Gonna get another one at those 90s. That was my target. Let's tighten up that risk. 50 points. Check. Anything on
I
the
checked
news?
the news. I checked the news. I didn't see anything. Actually, Bank of China rate decision, but it looks like they stayed. There's a change there. Is that China?
I don't know. It's the top of the hour, so
Yeah, that looks like what it was. Bank of China rate decision. Looks like they cut rates by 0.1%.
okay.
Am I reading that right?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's it. That's it.
All right.
Well, thank you, China.
Target's hitting fast tonight. Well, Jay, losses from yesterday, this morning, everything. I'm now green.
Very nice. Nice trade.
I was so hesitant to short that. Process over profits, right? That's that.
Are you out fully or are you still holding some?
No, I'm still short 2 minis. I was
Nice.
short 5 minis.
It's a great trade.
Yeah, this is my live account.
Yeah, Savage. I should have bought gold.
I was talking about a long gold too. Aaron trades in
Yeah.
the chat. That gold trade was fire. Talking about Aaron, looking for that 3-bar reversal, and
I think there's
yeah,
still room.
it didn't matter gold or short Nasdaq. I went with the short Nasdaq, and my friends were selling off. I should have just went 10, 50 minis.
Right, and then that'd be the trade that doesn't work out.
That's not what you do, Jay. We just go 50 minis and try and make up for all the profit for the year.
Right.
Next target for 460s. These 460s, 450s.
Would you add to this trade at all?
No, nope, that was it. Let's see if we could break to no session lows. I'd look to close another one off at these lower 80s, and then hold on to a runner. Jay, whenever you're on air with me, man, I just have some banger trades. I need you to just always be on air with me during slow markets.
We need to translate it to fast markets for some reason. It works, right? Mondays and Wednesdays have been some pretty great trades.
Like,
we need to translate it to fast markets.
Honestly, I was going into fast markets this morning. I was up $1,000. You seen that?
Yeah.
In my live account, and I just gave it back. And I'm just like, man, maybe I should just stick with slow markets and then trade a little bit smaller during fast markets, or be more patient.
Fakes by Matt says I need to be more aggressive. I got you. Alex, I was looking at a gold long. I didn't take it, so I need to pull back now. I can't just take it here.
Aaron trades. That's not the real Matt.
Yeah. All right. We're going to have to mute that person because they're
yeah.
Impersonation. You're a fraud.
You're a fraud.
And gold is just going to continue to push.
Thanks, by Matt. You deserve a raise, Jay. It got me too, Aaron.
It got me too. Trades by Matt is a cool dude.
Yeah. Here we go. New lows. New session lows tonight, right now. Whoever was getting into those 50 contracts short up there, Jay, just like me, we knew something. I feel like the insider with that one. All right, going to get out of one more at 81. The bottom of this pivot. And now we're going to look, see if we could trail a runner. And just like that, man, that trade happened fast. There's 30 contracts. Yeah, chased it down.
Just realized, are you on my screen or are you showing your screen?
I'm showing my screen right now and showing this, Dom.
All right, cool. I was looking at the wrong thing.
Ah, got it. I'm posting this one on Twitter, Jay.
Send that to the editor.
Send this one to the editor. This one's going on the fridge. Oh man. Tag everybody.
Sanderd says we know what happens once you take a screenshot. Does it count as a screenshot if it's a live stream?
Yeah. Or if I've already taken profits. Aaron trades. Yeah, this one's going on the fridge. People so obsessed with drama. That's one-sided, everybody. It's all one-sided. If somebody's yelling into an empty box,
there's a reason reality TV shows so popular.
That's true, Jay. That's true. I just can't find myself getting into drama like that. It's like, all right, cool, and then it's like, all right. It's like, now it's annoying. Where's the mute button? It's like reality TV. The first season's great. You get halfway through the second season, then you just never watch it again.
Let's pull back here in gold. Yep, I'm gonna get long gold. Not yet. But
How much lower can this run? I'm looking for these 450s to come into play. Let's look for 21,000. Nah, not gonna be looking for a home run. I've already locked in basically what I've lost. So I'm already positive for the week. One trade, right? Get chopped up all morning, and I'm positive now.
somebody else wanted to buy gold too. What was that? 130 lat, just right on the, stepping right above VWAP in gold. Really, guys?
Yeah, NASDAQ pushing lows still, Jay.
All right, I'm long gold. I was waiting for a pullback to VWAP, but they didn't want it to pull back. 33.29.10. I'm long.
If we could break these 480s in the NASDAQ, I think it's a slippery slope to 450s. I'm not seeing much in terms of support there. All right. Slowly building my playlist. All right, let's break through these 80s. Come on, NASDAQ. Oh, man. What a day. What a day, Jay.
Yeah, it's been a day. It's been a day. But we love it though, right?
We love it. We love these markets. What do you do when you're not trading?
Work out, work, find new restaurants to go to.
Nice.
What about you?
Yeah, I've been hitting the gym hard.
Nice.
So sore. It seems like daily I'm sore. Body's different after 31, being 31 years old.
Man,
It's a lot different than early 20s.
So I told you I play basketball every Sunday morning.
Okay. Yeah.
I playing yesterday, was in between games. We won like 4 games in a row just playing pickup. Not even really pickup. We just the same old guys in the gym every Sunday.
Okay.
I stepped off the bleachers to go play in the next game, twisted my ankle. And I'm like, oh man, is this where we're at? Do I need to start picking up golf clubs?
Yeah. Even golf clubs.
It might be time.
Man. We tried to break the 80s and held. We held those 80s. Coach Hoop says, try your 50, boys. We're complaining, okay, Hoop? Let us gripe. Let us complain about getting older. That's the thing about why I love trading, Jay, is as long as you keep your mind healthy, your psychology, your psyche healthy.
And your eyes.
And yeah, and of course your eyes. We could trade for a lot longer than you could play sports.
That is a fact. Yeah, but ankle's good. I had to make sure. I did not sit in this chair all day today. I got outside, ran some sprints just to make sure I was like Wolverine, right?
Nice. NASDAQ holding the 80s. How's that gold trade? We'll switch it to your charts. Doing well, man.
Looking good. Let's see if we get some continuation here. This is good for your short. Looking for 34s at the high here, which is kind of where we opened, high of the day so far. Above that, let's just go. Let's just not even have a target. That'd be nice.
No target.
How many are you still in? 2?
I'm in 1 right now.
Okay.
Yep, 1 mini. I'm gonna start trailing it, looking for it. Trade's already done. I've hit my take profit.
Whose screen is up right now?
Mine.
Yours. Somebody asked what this box is that I have on my screen. It's just a fib tool. I just took all of the levels out, so I know 0, 50%,
okay.
and the high of the candle. And where I anchored those fibs was the first half an hour. So 6 p.m. Eastern time. I just want to know the high and the low of that candle.
Got it. NASDAQ getting ready to push lows. Let's see it. We're holding below those 80s. Next stop, 450s, 460.
Another decent bid here in gold. 75 contracts at 30.90. Let's see. As long as this holds inside this range. Actually, if this falls out of this range. Just keep buying it.
Just keep buying.
Robert Darcy says you're 68 and do 5 days of full body, Saturday and Sunday off. That's awesome. I hope to be doing that at 68. That's amazing.
That is amazing. I deserve a protein shake after this short. Yeah. Actually, that sounds pretty good. I haven't ate today, which is my intermittent fasting is actually finished 30 minutes ago and I haven't ate.
Shout out to the chat. Cal Gold, 68 and works out 3 to 5 days a week. All right, so there's no excuse for us to go to.
No, chat's making us feel bad. Okay.
There's no excuse.
All right, NASDAQ pushing lows into the mid 70s.
Love to see it though. Staying active. I'm over here in my 30s talking about going to play pickleball as a workout. It's like age is a mindset.
Hey, when you start getting into a ring boxing with 18, 19-year-olds, it makes you feel a different way, man. All right, 60s. Seeing these 60s in the NASDAQ. Starting to pick up some steam.
Selling hard right now. Gold is moving too with this. This is perfect. Shout out to our friends in China that with that rate cut, it looks like kind of got things moving.
All right, I want to see 60, maybe 58, 59. Just a casual 66 points. How does the rate cut equal the cause the market sell off? I don't know. We're trading what's in front of us. Oh, I was actually in the trade before that even happened.
Yeah, you did. You were.
My my international hookup told me. He said he's
so
bearish. Go ahead.
Would I add to this trade? I need to see a 3-minute candle. So my target is right here. So I'm actually trailing this my stop. My stop is in profit right now. If we close and hold above 34s here, where my target is, then I maybe add there. But don't really see a reason to add too much, especially because my target is 1 point away right now.
Nice trade, man.
Thanks. You
Both
too.
of us.
You too.
Look at this.
Settlement is right here in gold as well, so that's why that was the target. Maybe I should just solely trade gold.
Great gold call. Aaron trades gold. I've stayed up a few times watching him.
Yeah, Aaron is. I never catch it live because it's like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. But I'll watch the replays of his session and D session. It's great stuff.
I've caught it live. It's good. I need to do something because whenever I hop onto someone's stream and make a comment, no one ever believes it's me.
It's the blue name, right?
Yeah, well, it was his Aaron streams in his YouTube account, and then he'll switch over to
Right.
his. So I hopped onto his, and then I hopped into the Top Step one after. Someone says fade their trade, man.
This time only.
Yeah, not this time, right? All of them but this one. And this is why this is, why it's just the most dumbest thing in the world, right? Fade someone's trade is because the risk management and the system. Yeah,
Completely
someone who is fading me exactly, right? If they had their exact entry, their exact stop loss take profit today during the New York session, made money. But then if they fade me today, they're actually negative for the week, right?
Yep.
So, and are you really going to get someone's exact entry and stop loss? And I know it's just a joke with the chat, but there's a reason why we do the disclosure that I highly do not recommend traders to follow any sort of trades. It's like a teacher doing a math problem on a whiteboard. Understand how to trade yourself, follow your own process, and don't depend on someone.
I do remember there was a Friday during that whole, we had a phase of Fridays being Fade Dakota Fridays. We were on fast markets. We both took a trade. I think we were in the same trade, and there was one time you're just like, all right, chat, don't fade this one. And it wound up being like a 100-point winner. So I just got stopped out on gold, plus 250 or 240 on that. And that's not, financial advice either, but I was just like, okay, that was a bold call, and it worked out. Sometimes,
Yeah, sometimes setup's a little bit better, right? So it's like fade you because it's going up. Nasdaq pushing now down to the lows.
Don't fade
Alex, yes, I know. I am a dick to the Nightbot because the Nightbot's slacking, all right? I have not seen the Nightbot put the risk disclosure in the YouTube chat. So he gets the stick, not the carrot today.
Yeah, and I do think gold can still go up, right? That high was just settlement there, but I need to now see the market close above settlement or show me some price action above settlement for me to continue wanting to be in that long. So that's why I trailed out there. That's why I didn't add. But if we clear settlement, which is right at 33.80, then I'd think about taking a long again.
Fair enough. I'm still looking for the 50s to come into play here in the NASDAQ, which has been straight down since I pressed sell. This market has went straight down, which is pretty rare, man. Traders can barely hear me. Pump up the volume. Hit sell again. I don't know. We're going to find out. Catch you to London, Aaron. I don't know if I'm going to be awake.
Later, Aaron. Trader Hub seems like it's working for me, Coach Hoop.
What hub?
The Trader Hub in Topstep X.
Oh my gosh. All right, NASDAQ getting ready to push lows. There we go, 60s, the mid 60s now. 62. 62. Here we go. We're going 60.
Trade. What a trade.
Let's see these 50s come in.
Is this the big one?
Is this the big one? I gotta be happy where I could die. You gotta be just trail this baby down.
Do we revisit our friend at 399.75 is the question.
Our 1500 contract friend? Why not?
Yeah, you know they're here. You know they're still in the market.
Yeah. Let's keep going. I see these 50s. 50s and I'm out. I'm not gonna complain.
You're out at 50s.
Yeah, I'm gonna be out at 50s if we could get there. Like, this is the main target that I was looking at. Since I got into that short I talked about, I'm like, yeah, my long target's gonna be here, thinking, you know, maybe London, but here we are.
Someone has a bid in at like 21,125.
Oh yeah, all the way down there.
Yeah, it's way down there.
Someone says let's run it overnight and see how it looks.
142 contracts at 21,125. Why are they just sitting down there? It's right near yesterday's low also. Yesterday's low, 21,112.
I mean, if someone's going to be playing the megaphone pattern, I mean, here on the higher time frame. What's your thoughts on that, chat?
You said you're going to be all out at 50s?
Yeah.
I don't want to manage your money, but if you get 50s, can you take one off and leave the other one for break even?
Well, I only have one left.
Oh, you only have one left? Okay, never mind.
Yeah. But
this is a great trade.
Is this pattern going to play out, Jay? Can we sell off? The hourly chart just busting through all that support.
Yeah. We could. I mean, it's a long way to go, but
maybe go right for the middle of the range, right back to where the gap, what, 399 and 3/4?
Where are you short from?
I'm short from 534.
534, yeah. This is like, if you could just take the risk off of this somehow.
Yeah, my
515s. The risk is off.
Yeah, I'm already. I've locked into $2,800. My stop loss is 33 points in the profit.
Interesting.
But I'm just gonna follow my process, man. I'm out at the 450s, and if this market does sell off even further, so be it. I don't think this is a market to hold into shorts. We learned that this morning. Okay, 350s coming into play. Let's get a push right down to those mid to lower 350s or 450s. We've seen 58.
You said 350s. 350s is an interesting target. Anyone who watches At the Buzzer, you'll know why 350s is an interesting target on the short.
Oh yeah, why is that? Because did we hesitate right there?
200 moving average on the 30-minute chart.
Okay.
Shout out to Coach Paul. It's way down there, but
yeah,
it's not out of the question.
Well, I had my chance to get out at 458. I said 450s.
Yeah.
We tagged it. 2 ticks. 2 points. And now we're back up to the 70s.
Was I a distance runner? I wasn't a long distance runner. I was like a mid distance runner. Ran the 800 mile, sometimes a 4. I have run a marathon before. That was a interesting experience.
Ooh, someone just came in and sold it right there.
Yep.
4 points down. In track and field?
Yeah.
I did the javelin and a shot put.
Nice. Thoughts about long gold? I never did any field events.
Man, no.
Thoughts about long gold? I don't hate it, especially if the equity is going to continue to sell. Andrew says, I don't even want to drive a marathon, let alone run one. Yeah, that was a very interesting experience. Because I was trying to run a very fast marathon. And Just got injured, injuries upon injuries. Is the music still playing?
Yeah, can you hear it? No, I need to change it up, actually. It's boring. Yeah, I'll go to my playlist. Heck with this.
How did I train for the marathon? That's probably why I got hurt. I trained for 8 weeks, and it just wasn't long enough.
No?
Nah, that's not long. I think I should have done 12 weeks.
It might be on for you, chat, but sometimes it's different the way that Jay and I hear it. Alex still thinks I'm 5'4", man. How tall are you, Jay?
5'9".
You're 5'9"?
5'9".
Traders will find out how tall I am when we go to Chicago.
Right, exactly. I know I'm taller than Dolby.
I'm not tall. Yeah, the one thing we're not taller than is Baron. That dude's a tree. I think he's what, 6'8"?
Yeah. Views on gold. It's consolidating in this first 30-minute candle. I do like longs in gold still. But if I take a long, 32, 33 has to be my target. That's settlement, kind of where we rejected. But yeah, I do still like longs in gold. And I may put one on here in just a second.
Yeah, NASDAQ's lower 60s. Let's see if we can make a run to those 50s again. Buyers are just not even holding this market up. Finally. Where have these sellers been? All right, let's do it. Let's get to these 50s. There we go. All right, let's see if we can find a way out of this market. Market is pushing lower, Jay. And I'm out. 54.
Nice trade, man. Nice trade.
$4,300. One trade makes up for all those paper cuts. And
Great trade.
Yeah, there it is. Is that DBA Concepts?
Great trade, sir.
All right, let's switch it to your charts now.
Are you on fast markets tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm on fast markets tomorrow. Let's not give it all back.
I was just about to say. Take home half of that. Take home half of that. Great trade, though.
Thank you. Thank you. As to you and the gold.
I may take another one here. I like this rejection down here outside of this range, kind of right at VWAP. We bounce. Let's see. Yep. All right. I'm long gold again. Stop is going to be below VWAP.
I'm going to be checking the Twitterverse if anybody's tagged for hashtag slow markets while we watch your charts.
KB says we're built for speed, not distance. Got a combination of both. Chat, are you guys in any trades right now? What is everyone looking at in the chat?
Yeah, let's see. Who faded?
Copper's dropping. Oh, that was supposed to be the trade, right? The alternative metals. Look at these charts. Look at this copper chart on a daily. Just
barcoding.
Blue day, green day, red day, green day, red day.
Blue
Same
day.
thing in platinum. Oh, well, platinum a little different. But what was it? We looked at a couple. And the trade was just fade the extreme of the range until it breaks out. So copper shorts, if you're in a copper short, that's been the pattern, right? Today should be a red day if we continue this pattern. Couple traders short MES, long gold, got long gold, nice. Doing some back testing, not looking for a trade, I like that, right? Do some review. Sometimes we don't always need to be looking at the charts in order to make a decision, right? Sometimes it's about reviewing and coming up with a game plan. Let's go gold. Keep cooking. Trenchcoat trader, can you elaborate on what price is just an advertisement means? Yeah, I actually like that quote because for me, I'm a volume trader, so the volume is everything, right? Price is just where we're executing orders, right? It's where we're buying or selling, but it's really only as important as, to me, the volume that trades at that level. So, whether the NASDAQ is trading at 20,000 or 8,000, right? That's just the price that the market is at. For us as traders, it's about, how the market trades around that price.
Market sitting right here at these 50s.
Nice out. Nice out.
Yeah, we might continue to sell off, but I'm not going to argue for $4,300 with my daily loss limit's 3,000, Jay, that I've changed it to.
Okay,
so
nice.
Hitting a
That
$4,300 banger on one trade during slow markets, watching this thing sell off now.
Can't beat it. Right. There's also something for, I forgot who I was watching. I watch everything in this space, kind of just, not everything. I don't watch everything. I watch people who I think are good. And I think I was watching a Carmine Rosado video. Shout out to Carmine. He was a great trader, order flow trader too, which is always cool to hear other people talk about it. But he was talking about selling or closing a position into strength, right? Where this trade could continue to go, but you closed in momentum. So you don't have to think about whether or not the market is going to continue in your direction. You just got out right now. Could it go another 40 points? It could, but could it also take 5 hours to do that? It could also, right? So and I just got stopped out break even on that gold trade. You see this rejection at settlement, guys? This is why I'm kind of managing the trade as it goes, right? I want to continue to get long here, but we need to kind of close above settlement.
Yeah, we're bouncing these 50s so far. I'd like to see it bounce. If we do a bounce and find some buyers, I might get into another one. But I'm happy with it where it's at. Alex says, Dakota, can we see your statistics for the month? I don't know what everyone's obsession is, man, lately of my statistics and my my personal stats. I don't get it, but it showed every single day on Topstep TV in the mornings. You just have to tune in. The live accounts right now, they don't have the options like that combine, right? That'd be cool. I'd love to see that. If you go up to the left, Jay, and click on the what do you call it?
Hold on,
Stats.
I'm about to get back in this trade.
Yeah, I'll pull it up. Yeah, I'll pull up a combine. I'll show you.
Yeah, I'm back in gold long. Oh, what? Why did it just stop me out? What the hell was that?
Okay.
That was weird. All right. Okay, I'm back in gold long.
Got it. And here's where I'm referring to, chat. So, right on the left-hand side, you could click Performance Statistics. These are this combine. And you can have all the statistics you want, which is pretty dang cool. It's really cool. Go here and see these statistics. I'd love to have this in the live account. Hopefully that's a feature that we have. But for right now, the live accounts don't have it. But it's shown every single day since I'm on the leaderboard. You guys get to see it. You get to see my P&L. Obsession, man. Obsession.
I don't know why I just got out of that gold trade, but I'm back in gold. We're back above settlement here. Just looking for a continued push. This one I'm not gonna, overmanage. I want to see if we can close above settlement, kind of hold above here. I'm not gonna overmanage this one. Stop is gonna be below VWAP where it is right now, risking about $800. And looking for us to push above 38s. Dan's Baby Dream says, how do I determine settlement? I don't have to determine it. The exchange does that, but it's the price that they mark the market settled. And it's going to show up on your platforms. On TopstepX, it'll show up tomorrow. But right now, I have it at 32.33 half for gold. And gold settles at 1:30 Eastern time, 12:30 Central. So it continues to trade after settlement, but it settles in the middle of the day.
Makes sense.
My target on this is 38s to start conservatively, and then above that 43s. Any reason the quality of your charts is so bad?
It's on. I don't know.
No.
Just deal with it.
Yeah. I'll talk to you guys.
That just made him worse. Oh, I pushed the wrong button and made him worse. Sorry, chat. Let me.
Hey, how about this? If I make it worse, if you change it to like 144 or 144, whatever that resolution is, the lowest, change it to the lowest resolution. So then when you change it back to 360, it looks clean.
No, that's not it. That's not it. There you go, chat. You don't know what you had until it's gone. I don't know. I clicked the button and it's wait,
Click the potato button.
I clicked the potato. I changed it by like 1/1000th. Can you reshare them?
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you. Got your camera working.
Nice. I think that might be the browser I'm using. I feel like it's cleaner in Chrome. Every time I use Brave, because Brave tries to block everything, it's a little blurrier. So let me actually do that for my charts also.
Cleaner to read than the NASDAQ. All right, it's reshared.
1 second. All right, you should have it now.
NASDAQ pushing lower, man.
That's
if only
good
we had a
for
runner. Nah, it's fine.
Aaron says, why are you using Brave? What are you trying to hide? No, so I don't know if you guys use Chrome, but like it's the most resource intensive browser that there is. You open like your email in Chrome and it opens like 17 different things. So
It's not working.
you're not getting the charts?
No.
It says the stream ID you were publishing to is already in use. Give me 1 second. Let me try that again.
Yeah, chat could watch the NASDAQ sell off. Chrome eats RAM like the marshmallow. Chat, what's wrong with the music? You gotta love the music.
You should have it now.
61 coming in at 443 in NASDAQ. Yeah, now I got him. Okay, there they are. Yeah, there's 62 coming at the bid at 443 half here in the Nasdaq.
Trying to hold us up here, or maybe it's the person who was selling earlier. We just sold to him though. I am still long gold. Like I said, I'm not going to overmanage this one. We already got the VWAP test, so my stop is below that test of VWAP. So I want to give this the room to kind of figure out whatever it's doing in this range. Could this stop me out and I'd be wrong? 100%. But I like this trade for a push higher. So I got to give it some space. Tyler Smith says, if you guys had to start over, a lot of people ask this question, and only bring one piece of knowledge with you, what would it be? Risk management. Manage your risk. And yeah.
I agree 100%. One trait that some of the best traders will always have, all the profitable traders, the one trait and the one thread amongst all their strategies is risk management. Should we get back to the...
And this gold trade is probably going to stop me out here.
Please explain risk management in a couple of sentences. Ooh.
It's like when you're doing those vocabulary lessons in school, and they tell you to use the words in your own sentence.
Yeah.
And can you use that word in your own sentence? I would always cheat and just put it in a question. But yeah, risk management in a couple of sentences. So it's one, identifying what your account can facilitate, right? Dollar wise. You can't use the word in the definition, right? So
no.
Identifying what your account can facilitate dollar wise and trading accordingly. Right? That's really it. There's a lot that goes into risk management, right? Are you managing your own emotions? You're managing yourself. You're managing your account. But ultimately what it is identifying what your account can facilitate and trading from there. And Adrian says that's a C- answer.
Hey, we're on the spot, man, in front of thousands.
Yeah.
But let me see if I give. I'm not using anything, so I can just stare. I would say, yeah, you've hit it pretty close. I think it's. You can't use risk in the sentence.
Can't use risk.
Oof. Using money as a tool to adjust your statistics to where it has a positive expectancy. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't even sound right.
I mean, they said a couple of sentences, so maybe we're limiting ourselves a little bit too much, but
D+. Hey.
I got a C-.
That's worse.
Is that passing?
What's this chat? Okay, we're Googling this. Explain.
So, Adrian, what is an A+ answer?
I'm going to see what Grok says.
So, JM says avoiding loss, and I don't agree with that. Risk management isn't about avoiding loss.
No, because you will take loss. Okay.
It's measuring your loss.
Here's what Grok's answer is. Risk management involves identifying, assessing, and prioritizing potential risks to minimize their impact on an individual or through the strategic planning and mitigation measures.
Now explain it like I'm a fifth grader.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's see.
Chris Power says get out.
Okay,
get out here.
Explain it like you're a 5-year-old. Risk management is like making a plan to stay safe from things that could go wrong, like bringing an umbrella if it might rain.
There you go.
There you go. Prepare for the worst Hope for the best.
Are my trades usually structured roughly 1-to-1 risk reward? Yeah, they usually end up being like a 1.5 to 1. But I try not to look so much when I'm placing a trade about exactly what the risk reward is, right? I know I work with Coach Paul all the time. He, suggests a 2-to-1, 2-to-1 on your trades, looking at the ATR. But for me, it's about where I think the market can go and what I'm okay with risking. Sometimes it's going to be inverted, right? Sometimes I'm going to be risking more than I think I can make on the trade. But then it's about that assessment, right? If I'm going to make 10 points, but I have to risk 100, then I'm probably not going to take that trade, right? But if I'm going to make 40 points and I have to risk 60, I don't look at that and say, well, this is a negative risk reward, I'm not going to take the trade, right? It's about how, right? Because I think when we measure risk to reward that way, we don't account for how probable it is for the market to get to that area, right? I could put on a trade and say, okay, I'm going to risk 80 points in the NASDAQ and I want to go 2-to-1. So I need 160 points. How probable is it that the market gives you those 160 points? So I don't think it's something that's talked about often, but it's not just risk reward on its own.
Yeah.
Did a lot of talking today.
It's taking all your statistics in as a whole to manage an
Right.
account to ultimately get to that positive expectancy. I like Hassan's answer. Boxing analogy, right? You throw a punch, you got to expect for something to come back. Like, for example, if you throw a jab and you're left-handed, the probability of a punch coming back at you is probably going to be on the side that you throw the punch, right? Because the other side's already protected. So it's like you enter along, you got it. I don't know where I was going with that, man. Whatever. Don't lose money.
DBA concepts.
DBA concept. just don't lose money, okay, chat? Yeah, Hassan knows where. If you box, you know, right? You throw a punch, you gotta expect the punch that's coming back at you is gonna come from the same side. So you got to. That's why you slip the same way you punch, typically. What about kicks?
Someone told me to get out of this gold trade. Maybe I should have.
Everyone has a plan until they get hit in the face. This music got you vibing. Got you vibing. I'm adding this one to the playlist.
It sounds like a good one. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin has been the most resilient market through all of the tariff stuff.
I need a white hat for my DBA concepts. Todd Yeoman? No. Never. And that's a fact.
Wow. JP, only 8 minutes left. That did go by quick.
Man.
That's what happens when the markets are moving.
Yeah, I mean, a lot's happened already. Why? Respect and morals mean more to me than anything. Stephen L. Do you find more success trading the New York session or slow markets? It depends. Lately, I've been finding more success in slow markets. Some days it's fast markets. I don't know, Jay. I've had that thought a lot since I've started this slow markets. It's been just over a year now since I've been trading slow markets and on fast markets, right? Where typically we, as coaches, we say, yeah, focus on one session, focus on one market, get that consistency. And when I start to struggle, I've considered that. I'm like, man, should I just trade my live account in slow markets because I'm doing better, and then just trade my combine in fast markets, which is a coach's combine? It's I can't get live. I'm doing that just because trade something on fast markets and just track the statistics that way. I've considered doing that, and I might do it so that way I can see what my statistics are for slow markets versus my statistics on fast markets. I don't know if you've been following. I started a conversation, Jay, about multiple live accounts. I would love for Topstep to allow that. I don't know what the complications are, but that would be a benefit for having multiple accounts. I could trade my slow markets in one and then fast markets in another.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That'd be awesome. I know I saw you post on X that you're going to be pushing the conversation. But I'm interested, chat. If you didn't see Dakota's X post, let us know or respond on X. What do you want to see Dakota push or see us push at Topstep for traders?
I can't even find it now. I'm addicted to that dang shit, man.
What'd you say?
So maybe I'm addicted to this social media stuff. I've enjoyed it.
Empezamos las vibras, con altura nos quedamos arriba. En el aire tiene que ser libra, fuerte, me llaman sativa, suave.
I have to check these songs for make sure they're explicit. Sometimes you hear things.
All right, and I'm out of gold there. Looks like it wants to continue to sell. Our equities rallying. Yeah, not really.
Here's the conversations chat. Yeah, let me know. There's a few of them. There's some great conversations happening, and I think since myself and you, Jay, or if you want myself, since I'm in a position to have those conversations on air, kind of having the voice, right? The voice of. It would be weird to say the voice of the people.
The voice of the people.
The voice of the
traders.
The voice of the traders, and I don't mind. I don't mind pushing back. I've caught a lot of crap for not pushing back, and you're just a yes man. Where it's easy to look at it like that when you're the goals and the way I view things and the way that I'm looking at this industry is very similar to the company that I'm partnering with. It's easy, right? It's like, man, we share the same visions, we share the same goals. We want to help traders. We want to, focus on the live and get traders into a live environment. Hopefully, open up their own personal accounts and be successful, and then grow this futures market in this futures industry in a very healthy way. And yeah, it looks like a yes man, but it's easy to do when those align. But some of these conversations I think are very needed. That can be a little bit, I guess, I don't want to say conflict, because MP never has conflict having conversations.
No, not at all.
He
welcomes it.
Yeah, he welcomes it. He's like, hey, let's get somebody on with different points of view and different conflict, right? To have those difficult conversations that need to happen. And part of this is it. It's like, hey, is this rule too strict? Instead of just the traders lashing out on social media or in the YouTube chat, you could have somebody on air that maybe agrees with you and say, hey, I want traders to be able to trade. It makes sense. Even though it doesn't fit in my strategy, I think traders should be able to trade until the market actually closes at 4 p.m. Central. That's one of them. Topstep doesn't allow it now. I know MP's open to that conversation, but rather than somebody on social media or the YouTube chat that doesn't get heard, I think it's a louder voice, and I'll be able to start. I don't know if lobbying is the correct answer, but having those difficult conversations with the team.
It's funny. We do, Coach Paul and I do slow markets. I mean, sorry, not slow markets, at the buzzer every day after the close. So we see it, right? All of those moves that we can't trade. We do earnings reports. We had the Moody's downgrade where the Nasdaq dropped 100 points, and traders are just like, "Why are you limiting us? Why can't we trade during this time?" Is it going to be something where you trade all the time? Right? We can trade 23 hours a day. Do we need to add that extra hour? But the markets are technically open, right? And if you were trading in a personal account, you would be able to trade it. So, maybe, right? I think it's definitely valid. I would, I could just imagine it now, right? NVIDIA earnings, somebody's going to put a 15 lot on and see and shoot for the moon.
Yeah, there's going to be some tough lessons, right? But the lessons need to be learned in a simulated environment rather than if somebody makes money and then they open up their personal account, like, man, prop firms wouldn't let me do this, so I'm going to do this in my personal account, and then maybe they have to learn it that way, and they lose thousands, right? It's better off to lose $50 on a combine, trading an earnings event after hours, and learn about
and
that
being your own money
rather than your own money. So, yeah, I was against that at first because I'm like, that's horrible. I don't want to see traders trying to trade earnings after hours because of slippage. But then the more I realized it, it's like a kid, right? Yeah. If you tell the kid, no, don't touch that stove, it's hot, they're still going to do it. And they're going to have to find out by first person experience rather than listening to someone. And maybe there's going to be some traders who is able to make some good money doing that.
I see some suggestions for different products here. King Caesar is saying Solana futures. King Caesar, I'm curious, how much volume does Solana futures trade? Because we have Ethereum futures as well, and I don't think anyone trades it. Like, I don't know if there's one trader at Topstep that trades them. I actually don't even have it on. I think I have everything on my quote board except for micro Ethereum because it trades like 5 cents a tick.
$0.05 a tick.
Yeah.
Big baller.
And it doesn't trade a ton of volume either.
Man, I think I nailed the only trade for slow markets. I'm pretty excited about this. I mean, we're at the end of slow markets, and that was the move. What are you cracking up about?
The chat, man. I want to give a shout out to Aaron, not Aaron Trades, but Aaron in the chat, who's always here. Your comments, for whatever reason, just make me crack up laughing. I don't know why.
Trading for gum?
Like the timing of it or what. You have great comedic timing. We appreciate it.
Oh, man. What a good one. Well, we're coming to the end. Any last words, Jay? It's fun. It's always... There's the freaking Nightbot.
There he goes.
I don't know what happened to that. But any last words? I will be... I will be on Fast Markets tomorrow morning. If not, I'll catch you tomorrow night. But any last words, Jay?
Trade well, manage your risk. If your setup presents itself, take the trade.
Your Nightbot.
And go. Nightbot's going crazy right now.
Yeah, does somebody control Nightbot? Because there's the risk disclosure at the end of class.
Yeah. Nightbot said it all. Manage your risk. And I'll see all of you Wednesday. I don't know that I'm on TopstepTV tomorrow, but I will see everybody on Wednesday.
Take care. Enjoy. And
Later.
I need an outro one of these days. Nope, that's the intro. It's been one hell of a night, dude. Okay, there's the outro. All right, now we could short it.